Good, happy Sunday morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, police use canine helicopter to capture suspect in Manchester. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
I'd introduce myself, but this isn't about me, James Hinchcliffe, famous Indy car driver. It's about the Honda Dream Garage Spring event, where all your Honda dreams can come true. Check out the CRV, Motor Trend's.
Well, Sharice and Mike, this all started behind me here at this intersection in the area of Lowell and Maple Streets. Now, the chase wasn't long. It only lasted about a block down this road here, but residents say it still created some scary moments. Let's go ahead and take a look at the suspect. Police say 36-year-old Brandon Legier of Greenfield was arrested after police were called to the area for a man acting suspiciously. When officers stopped and frisked Legier, they found a gun in his waistband, and that's when they say he immediately ran off. He was eventually located by a state police helicopter and surrendered after a K-9 was sent in. Residents described the scene as quite the ordeal.
Helicopters, multiple cruisers, up and down the streets, and finally they ended up in this driveway. I guess the gentleman they were looking for was under the van, and the dog got him, dragged him out, bit him, and she could see the red dot on him from the gun.
And Manchester police say Legier also had crack cocaine in his possession. He is facing several charges tonight. We're live here in Manchester. I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Window washer fell about 30 to 35 feet while working at hospital. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston, David Beanick.
This fall happened on the other side of the parking garage in a kind of interior courtyard here at Newton Wellesley Hospital. It happened this afternoon. Now, exclusive video shows the window washer's rope and harness left right where he was working on a window about 30 to 35 feet off the ground. Firefighters say the man is 41 years old and that he broke one of his lower legs in multiple places because of this fall. He was conscious throughout and is expected to survive. Now, this is such an isolated spot within the hospital complex that nobody might have seen the man for some time. But fortunately, window washers do not work alone.
He had a partner up top, that's who called it in. So then we were dispatched and we had some trouble trying to find him here. We packaged him down there and we had two vehicles and we lifted him right out.
Now, even though this fall happened at a hospital that does have an emergency room, firefighters decided that the window washer needed trauma-level care. So an ambulance took him to Brigham and Women's Hospital. Federal safety inspectors have been called to the scene to check out if the man's harness equipment was working properly. Live in Newton, David Beanick, WCVB, News Center 5.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Irish American Club of Maine hosts St. Patrick's Day Parade. Let's take a listen to the video from WMTW News 8, Lauren Bradley.
Everybody has to work every day to make sure that they are safe, they're thinking about procedures, and it's followed through. And that has helped us achieve the best places to work at Maine and being SHARP certified. And we owe it to the employees. They do a great job on the floor.
A chilly March morning didn't stop people from celebrating Irish traditions.
I have about 5 layers on.
Dorothy Jones says she wouldn't miss it.
This is about my 5th year marching in it. And other times I was watching it. And I've always carried the flags.
The Irish American Club of Maine organized the St. Patrick's Day Parade. Float after float drove on by, some toting sweet treats to share. Others danced along the parade route. This dog getting an up-close look at the parade. Many stuck to wearing green, but this group dressed up as Maine's Ghostbusters.
We're just making sure that there's no ghosts around, making sure it's safe.
This crew coming all the way from Florida. As the parade ended, they were in search of something festive to eat.
We're looking to get some corned beef and cabbage.
I think you'll find some.
All right.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Looks like a fun parade there. And Boston Parade in Southie Boston is today. And here is what you need to know. St. Patrick's Day Parade, what to know if you're riding the T. The route is not the only thing being modified for the St. Patrick's Day Parade. The MBTA is making accommodations too. 1. Red Line. Red Line trains may temporarily bypass Broadway Station to prevent overcrowding on the platform, MBTA officials said. 2. Commuter rail. Extra train capacity is being added on routes going to South Station to accommodate parade goers, commuter rail officials said. 3. Free bus shuttle from South Station to East 1st Street will run from 10:30 a.m. through 6 p.m. Bus routes 9, 10, 11, and 47 will be detoured due to the parade. Number 4, Transit Police. Officials warned that additional security will be in place and that bags are subjected to search by transit police. Officers said they will also enforce a ban on alcohol beverages aboard the T and will detain intoxicated minors to notify their parents. Number 5, parade route. The parade begins at 1 p.m. at South Station and the route ends at Farragut Road. This shortened route was established by Mayor Marty Walsh's office because of the snow that fell during the recent blizzard. That's what you need to know before you head to the St. Patrick's Day Parade. Sorry about that one. I have some allergies this morning. Facebook blocks data group tied to 2016 Trump campaign. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
What is the difference between those who fight for their beliefs and those who fight for mere survival? Orphaned by terror, adopted by spirits, we'd sooner die than leave our home.
Out of the drama playing out at the White House, growing questions about who is coming and going in the West Wing. 3 days after the firing of Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster, VA Secretary David Shulkin, and HUD Secretary Ben Carson are all said to be on thin ice. The White House insists no one is going anywhere, at least not yet. Here's ABC's David Wright.
Tonight, the White House is trying to tamp down reports of an imminent cabinet shakeup.
The Chief of Staff actually spoke to a number of staff this morning, reassuring them that there were personnel changes, no immediate personnel changes at this time, and that people shouldn't be concerned.
Among the top officials whose jobs may be in danger, National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster, who's known to have a contentious relationship with the president. McMaster was at the West Wing today. ABC's Tara Palmieri caught up with him.
Everybody's going to leave the White House sometime.
And are you leaving sooner or later?
I'm doing my job.
Today, Press Secretary Sarah Sanders specifically reassured McMaster and insisted she was doing so at the president's behest.
I spoke directly to the president last night. He asked me to pass that message along to General McMaster.
The president himself has been fueling speculation about a staff shakeup.
I'm really at a point where we're getting very close to having the cabinet and other things that I want.
In a week in which he fired the Secretary of State Rex Tillerson in a tweet, Trump hinted at more bloodletting to come.
But there'll always be change, and I think you want to see change. And I want to also see different ideas.
Taking 2 sentences out of the thousands of remarks that the president makes and trying to make it look like that's the entire focus of his administration. He just nominated 2 new people to be part of his cabinet. So we are getting close.
All right, David Wright joins us now from the White House, and we heard McMaster say, quote, everybody's got to leave the White House at some point, and sources have told ABC News there are some in the president's inner circle who may be in trouble of losing their jobs.
Well, Tom, there's been a lot of behind-the-scenes chatter about Veterans Affairs Secretary David Shulkin, also Housing and Urban Development Secretary Ben Carson. Both have faced scandals over ethics and spending. Both have been summoned to the White House to talk about it. Also, there's been lots of speculation about the Chief of Staff, General John Kelly, although today Sarah Sanders says his job is not at risk. Tom?
David Wright for us at the White House. David, thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that video in that report. And also, Cambridge analyst, the London-based political data analyst firm tied to Donald Trump's presidential campaign, has been suspended from Facebook, the social media giant announced late Friday. That does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Goodbye.